This is Daniel.
Hey, buddy.
I'm Tim, and we pastor the Goodlettsville Gallatin churches. I'm the pastor, and Daniel's the campus pastor at Gallatin, and he also does student ministry and worship and all kinds of things. Wear a lot of different hats. How long have we been working together now?
Ooh, 5.5 years.
5.5 years. You were just a child.
Merely a boy.
And I got to tell you, it's a delight. We have a fun time working together. We've grown together, and we can address hard things with one another, and at the same time we can laugh because we genuinely love one another. There's real great peace on our staff here at church, and I'm really happy about that. I'm thrilled with that. As a matter of fact, this is a peaceful church, with a few exceptions. And so, this time of year we're celebrating Advent, and of course this week is
Peace.
Yeah. And so tell us a little bit about church this week.
Oh, man, we've got just tons of stuff happening on the Facebook page. The Crossroads Winter Conference, which our youth group goes every year. We're signing up. We were just in the Goodlettsville Parade. This last Saturday, we'll be in the Gallatin Parade this coming Saturday. And there's just one of the things that we want to make sure that people know about peace is that you have to work for it. It's not just something that happens naturally. In my life, I love songs like Peace Like a River, It Is Well With My Soul. All these images of water are kind of drawn up in my mind when I think about peace. Mm-hmm. That peace flows from the Spirit and into us, and then must flow out of us to other people. And like Tim says, there on our staff for years now, we've experienced that kind of peace that we can see in our church in Goodlettsville and in Gallatin.
You talk about water. Obviously, we're in a series right now called Aquaman, the life of John the Baptist. We're drawing lessons from that. John the Baptist was a man who was in water a lot, and he had peace even in the midst of very difficult circumstances. I love the proclamation at Christmas, peace on earth, goodwill towards men. But I think we don't understand peace and the biblical context of peace. You know, we live in a time, I don't know. I hate how we're so divided as a nation. I hate how we're so divided politically. I hate now that everybody's offended for everything under the sun. And when we get together, we argue rather than we enjoy each other. Right. And I think about biblical peace wasn't an absence of conflict. It was a depth of relationship.
That's good.
And here's what happened. You see, when Jesus came, not only did it mean we were no longer at war with God, but it meant that we could be His. We could belong. Peace to me, I don't know, Daniel, when I was growing up, peace was 807 16th Street, Vienna, West Virginia. And it was my grandparents' house.
Yeah, and grandma's
and it
house.
Was where the whole family, my mom was one of six, and we would gather together and we just hug. And you were loved and you belonged. And really, that's what the church is. And Jesus is what made that possible. And so our relationship is more than just working together. Our relationship is we love one another in Christ. And we know that we're going to love one another. And that brings peace. Because we have peace with Him, we can have peace through Him with other people. Boy, the world needs that. Maybe you need that today. Why don't you just talk to people about how they can find peace during this Christmas season?
I think that it's really important in mine and my wife's life the last few years that we focus on our blessings. I know that Christmas, the holiday season in general for people sometimes is hard. Maybe you've lost a loved one. Maybe you're experiencing Christmas for the first time without those grandparents, without that spouse. And we've been through that.
Yeah.
And recently. And it's not easy. It's not easy to count your blessings or to look around you and say reasons that you should have peace, or that you should celebrate the life or the birth of Christ. But we just want to encourage you here as pastors that there is so much more to be grateful for. There is so much to be thankful for. And that we, again, have that hope that we talked about last week. And that from that hope, we can have that peace in every season, especially this season of Advent. As the King of Pop said, this season, my challenge to all Christians, and maybe you're watching this and you know Jesus, but you're still struggling with living in peace. It really needs to start with the man or woman in the mirror. How can you try to live out that change that you want to see? How can there be peace on earth? Again, another song, let there be peace on earth and let it begin. Let it begin in me.
So it's not an absence of conflict with God as much as it is the fact that we have an incredibly deep relationship.
That's right.
And at Christmas Eve, we don't just walk into a family, we walk into the arms of Christ, who loved us so much that he gave himself for us. May that bring peace to your life during this Christmas season.
Merry Christmas.